Andre Wade was just released this morning. Just come to say hello to my viewers and pray that all is well with your loved ones, those who are incarcerated and those who are free. Just thought I'd just talk about some things this morning while it was on my mind. I remember the times when we used to go out and we used to work. I told you about our field captain, motor mouth we used to call him. He rather you call him motor mouth than call him by his name, which was Captain Shepard. He had a big old horse. I told you he had a big old horse, an old retarded looking horse. The horse was so big it was knock needed. And he was a little short man. But he was the fastest drawer with a pistol on a holster in the state of Texas. They used to have them contests, shooting contests. And they thought they was real cowboys. And he was old, so he was still caught up in them Western days. And he used to wear a big old cowboy hat, And he was real racial, but he looked out for his line force. He cared about his line force because he was a line force captain for so many years. And he used to take us out there and to pick that cotton and do the corn and do everything. If they needed us in the garden, he would take us out there. And, because we wasn't a garden squad, we was a line force squad. So he would take us to the garden where they had them pecans. They had a whole lot of pecan trees. This was on East Ham. And they had a lot of pecan trees. They had peaches trees. They had berries. They had watermelons, onions. They had everything in the garden squad. It was a big old squad. Cofield and East Ham had the biggest fields back in them days, them old days. And they was real field minded. And they used to have us out there, and he used to laugh because he knew when he take us out there, and we wasn't no garden squad, we supposed to get all the wild weed out of the gardens. And he knew that when we go out there, that his line force workers was going to be eating them fruits and eating them pecans, picking them pecans off them trees, big old pecans. They had big trees because, like I say, East Ham was real mind-tated on that working in the fields back then. This was like in the early 90s. And then we used to go out there and we would tear them gardens up. We would pick all them people fruits and stuff and eat them. And we used to take the watermelons and bust them with our fists, bust them open and eat their cantaloupes and all that. And then they didn't mind us eating them though, as long as we worked, And as long as we cleaned it up and did everything, he didn't care about us eating that stuff out there. But old Captain Shepard, motor mile, was something else. I remember the times when they took him from away from the fields, and I think he had retired. And when you've been working them kind of jobs so long, you don't have nothing to do. You just find something to do. So Captain Shepard started driving the buses, the buses. I think it was the medical buses. He was driving the Bluebirds. They called them the Bluebird buses. And he seen me at the back gate, working at the back gate. He said, "Boy, them people done gave you a job?" I say, "Yeah, Captain Shepard." He say, "Boy, I can't believe they gave you a job," because he had been knowing me for many years because I was a real bad actor. I had 4 to 5 aggravated and just started on it. And I used to when you get in trouble and you have a job, like I was a SSI for many years, and when I get in trouble, they would put me in the line force for about 90 days. I work out there for about 90 days, and I would get my job back because we had a lady officer. She was I'd been knowing her since she was a sergeant. She was a sergeant, then she was a lieutenant, then she was a captain, and then she became a major. Old Kitchen, her name was Kitchen. They had a lot of kitchens down there. They was out of Love Lady, and they was real country, country people. They had been working on Eastham, you know, you go in the house of a family member. I used to tell them, I used to tell them often, I say, see, when you go inside y'all homes and you would see things, y'all pictures was hound dogs and pictures of horses and, you know, that country stuff. You know, when you go in the city people's homes and you see they pictures of city things, you know. But when you go in these people that's been working in these prisons for so many years and the kids, they grew up, they finished schools, they work for the state, they work for the penitentiary. You know, and that's the kind of pictures that you see in their homes, and they used to laugh and stuff because, you know, I was a joker, you know, and they loved me down there on Eastham, and, you know, and they used to take care of me. I'm telling them, people used to take care of me on holidays. I loved the pecan pies, and the officers that used to come through the field officers, they wives that knew me throughout the years, they used to make me pecan pies. So there's one officer, he gonna call himself making me a pecan pie himself. I had like about 5 people bring, you know, the officers bringing me pecan pies and everything. So he said, wait. He said, boy, I made this pie myself, boy. You got to taste this here, boy. He said, taste this one. And that pecan pie, it had a whole bunch of pecan pies on it. I'm talking about thick with pecans. But the filling was loose. It was loose. You know, when you pick the pie up, it was juicy. And you know, no pecan pie don't supposed to be juicy. It was sweet and everything. It was sweet and good. But it was juicy. I say, man, don't you never make no pecan pie. You let your wife. He said, boy, I made that myself. And you know, I had some of them kind of times. And you know, on Eastham, like I say, you know, when you do a whole lot of years, it just don't be sad years. You remember them times when you had good times, you know, during the holidays, like Thanksgiving is coming up. And on Eastham, they fed us, man. You know, they had big tables, and like I say, I was a SSI. And so they used the SSIs to help in the kitchen and to feed. And they started real early to feed the inmates, you know. And you have a tray, they'll let you fix a tray, and you will have like a fruit tray to take back to the cell. And you know, I remember them times because Thanksgiving is coming up, and we had real good times. They fed us real good. I'm talking about plates be fired up with ham and turkey and dressing and all kind of salads, and them people used to feed us down there. You know, in them days, in today's time, you know, they feed you them handicap plates. You know, they try to do what they can for the holidays. The tradition of Thanksgiving is changing now in the prisons now. You know, and they're not respecting tradition. You know, they don't feed you turkey; they feed you fried chicken, and they gonna always have ham for some reason. They had that ham, but they feed you roast beef now, and you know, there don't be no turkeys and everything. You know, it's different now, you know, in the prisons. So, but your loved ones down there in prison, you know, in the holidays, you'll know, you know, they feed them, you know, they feed them on the holidays, you know. They try to do what they can unless you down there in Taco Land, Mexico, down there by Mexico, and, you know, they gonna feed you some Mexican kind of stuff on the holidays. But your loved ones, they will eat on this Thanksgiving and Christmas, you know, they gonna eat. You know, and I just think about them things because the holidays is coming up, and you know, we're gonna eat out here. You know, we're gonna eat out here. And, you know, I think the people out here now, they barbecue for the holidays. You know, they losing the tradition too. Ain't no more dried turkey they eating. They eating them turkey hams like turkeys. You know, them juicy turkeys. You know, and so, you know, the holidays coming up, and y'all gonna be going visiting your loved ones for the holidays. You know. I pray that all was well this weekend. I pray that y'all enjoyed my little video I had, you know. It was just something that was on my heart. I felt like I needed to share with you all because, you know, I care about my viewers, and it's just a blessing, you know. And I just thank you for the donations that y'all placing upon me, and you know, it's just love, you know, and I appreciate it. And I'm gonna continue to always come with something to talk about, you know, when Just Release, you know, because I told you Just Release, this is real, you know. This is something that has to be done in the state of Texas, something that has to be talked about when you're sitting around and you're talking because you know you got loved ones. So many of us have loved ones that's incarcerated, and when we got to talk about these things, and it's just something to uplift that sadness, because your loved ones been gone so long in these prisons, and they don't want to let them go, you know. But like I said, freedom comes to all of them, you know, and it's a blessing, because God, He take favor with inmates, you know, because the inmates, they be praying all the time. They pray, and God hear our prayers, and He answer our prayers, and those guys and those women that's locked up, and with all those years, them years gonna be uplifted off of them, you know, especially if they're on appeal, and if they're not on appeal, they gonna serve them times, and they're gonna get out, and they're gonna get out with a different attitude. They're gonna get out with a different personality, and we just got to be there for them when they do get out. So, you know, this is Andre Wade with Just Release, and this is a blessing this morning that God that took favor with us, you know, because you watching this video, He took favor with you this morning. And remember that all times when you wake up and you woke up from a deep sleep, you know, from a deep dream, and just release. Because you woke up and you said, let's see what Andre Wade got going on this morning. He's so crazy, you know, but it's a blessing. And I thank you all, and I love you all, and I appreciate you all. And y'all just continue to tell somebody about Just Releasing. And don't forget to tell them about the like button. Tell them to push that like button. Push that like button and subscribe to Just Release, because Just Release is real. It's real. I want to thank you. I want to thank you for watching my show. I want to thank you. This is Just Release with Andre Wade, and I'll be back with something else.